Hi, it's a little bit rainy outside, which doesn't quite match with the crisp and even look I was going to go for with this. But I just decided I would take my little album that's going to document the whole of my December with me to the local cafe and share it with you there. So here I am, you would think, ready to show you all the pages of my December album. Except, a slight snag is that I didn't really have the cafe to myself, and in fact my beautiful neighbours were already there, pitched up on the tables around the corner, so I found a horrible glary light to show you my pages, and it really didn't work out well for me at all. As you can see, all you're getting is the fluorescent lighting across the plastic, and I decided that instead I would find a new space in the cafe with some natural light. So I'm just about to flip over the last page. Don't worry, by the way, I'm going to explain the pages a little bit more in a minute. But just now, moving over to the beautiful old piano that was kindly donated to the cafe by a neighbour. And it's tuned, but to itself, so I've been told. And I'm going to try and persevere and take you through the rest of the pages. Obviously, the lighting is a lot nicer over here, natural that it is, but something a little bit annoying was the fact that I was holding the camera with one hand and trying to take you through the pages with the other, and as you can see, I'm just moving left and right, giving everybody seasickness, so I'm going to take you home and start again. Hello, it's Ileana. I just thought I'd share with you my December album. I've called it Hello December Joy, and I've used some products of old, like this wood veneer, as well as some very new ones, including these Pinkfresh puffy stickers and some Pinkfresh clear sparkly things. This album, which houses 6x4 pictures, came from, it was a December day by day kit by the lovely Nicola Madeline of LikeForEver, and she put together a kit using rather a lot of these Pinkfresh goodies, so the paper pad and then some of the ephemera and some rubber stamps and things like that. So I've used that all throughout as well. As you can see, some gaps there, and I've also pulled an older Pinkfresh line because it coordinated really well for some of the stuff I needed. So I've been using some of these word sentiments throughout from Pinkfresh, as well as she gave us these Evalicious as part of the kit, wood veneers, and then I pulled some older, pulled some older stickers as well that I had. So these are from last year. I used the 2015, which would have been to celebrate the new year last year, but I've used it on the spine there to denote the year, of course, and some of these kind of coordinating coloured pieces, and I still had some stickers left from the Cedar Lane collection as well, which went nicely. Apart from that, we're looking at washi tapes and some lawn fawn trimmings, well, twine, and whatever I kind of grabbed that seemed to fit and work. So I'm not gonna, oh no, well, I'll show you this one. So for instance, some Dear Lizzie vellum that went quite nicely with some of the Dear Lizzie acetates that I've used throughout as well. Well, not these ones, but similar. As well as a few memorandum stickers from some old packs that I have as well that work really nicely. So I'm gonna, oh, and also I keep finding extra things that I used. You see, because we have also got a lot of Christmas papers in our November kit for LikeForEver, I decided to incorporate some of those as well. The brown I thought gave it a bit of warmth and homeliness, and these come from the, I think it's the Yuletide line by Pink Paisley, as well as some of the gorgeous Cocoa Vanilla papers, and their line is called 'Tis the Season, so I've used a couple of those as well as the Pinkfresh Studio papers. And whatever I could find, like I said. So let's go through the album. First page, just wanted to greet the reader with the sentiment that I wanted to get across is that I don't want this to be a frantic season, really. I want it to be well prepared, and also for this to be a very peaceful time, of course. That's what I believe the season is about, not really all about the craziness that we seem to put on ourselves. I get caught up in it as much as anyone, but actually about, you know, the message of hope, joy, peace, what have you. So there we are. We're going to start page 1, probably based on the house, and these are just loose ephemera pieces, and I've left that blank. Also, I've been using some wax paper underneath some of the words and some of the ephemera throughout, so that I'll have space to slip a picture in underneath. Because although I do want it to be fairly prescriptive, I don't want to have to think too much each day as I come to insert the pictures. I do want a bit of versatility as well across the pages. So I stitched down this to make a pocket to stop the tag from moving around. And then I've also inserted a few post-it notes to remind me of where I'm going to be sticking pictures. I don't do that completely all the way throughout, but just to begin with, as I was constructing the pages, I thought that would be helpful to myself. And I don't do Project Life, but I really love these sequin pockets that I've seen people do, so I made one of my own again with stitching across the top. Page 3 is double, and I used the word magic from Pinkfresh because I kind of think of 3 as the magic number. The 4th, that's very open, that's just the acetate piece. That's a Pinkfresh. Every day of December up to 25 had one of these squares. Now I've not used all of these, but I kind of like them, so I've scattered them throughout. And here's a nice clear, kind of just a separator. And we did also get one of these glassine bags. So I found an old tag and put together a little pull-out. And I'll probably use the back of that as a picture rather than to spoil the Pinkfresh Studio paper. Although, of course, I've had to cut across the top because it was a 6x6 pad. I really like the freshness that that gives. And then I've just stuck an Evilicious arrow on there. And that's one of the labels that I cut the outer rim of. To get best use, that would have been the waist really. But I'm probably going to put a little bit of a title in there. Leave the picture. And then maybe put a couple of pictures in there for number 7. So each day has its own, some of them are double spreads. So for this one it's a double, number 8. It's quite significant to me. We're going through an office move at the moment, plus a restructure, 2 separate but it's very significant things happening in December for me. We've already moved to hot desking. I still have a crate and no locker, so hopefully when I come back to work I shall have a locker. Now that's next week, so no, in fact that's what this is, sorry. Let's just go and explain. So number 2 is going to all be about the Christmas tree, but not the one at home. We're going through so much. We have building works happening at home, so we won't really have a proper tree. But at work I have a USB glowy tree, and I'm going to be taking that to every desk I sit at. It's in my crate at the moment. So that's probably what I'll signify there. And then the week later we have a new restructure, and it'll be my new job role. I don't know what it will be yet. And then that's where I've decided to kind of go in from the start with a positive mental attitude. I'm going to smile. It's going to be yay, fresh start. This arrow here isn't stuck down. This one is all assembled. And obviously plenty of space for pictures and journaling. Day 8 separate. No, it's not. But it doesn't matter. So the 9th, I'll probably put a picture over that. 10's very open. I coloured in, I stamped, this is the only stamping I've done actually throughout. I might do some more when I construct the pages, but as a kind of preparatory thing, that's the only stamping and colouring I've done. But I kind of like that, sweet. And that's where I've snipped the pocket, and I'll show you what I did with the other half of that soon. Did I do it already? Yes, I did. That was the snipping. I've tried to stick it down. It's actually a bit of a poor job there, but I will be sticking it properly with probably some glossy accents once I've decided for sure that those pockets are going to be as they are. But I've just secured it with the presents there. Sorry I'm flitting back and forth. So moving forward chronologically, that'll be the 11th, and that's the 12th with a photo there onto the clear acetate piece, and then I'll probably journal on the back of the photo so that it shows through with the grid lines showing, because I kind of like that gold. And yeah, this will be the next day, the 13th. And the 14th there, I know that I'm going to be going out to a gig with my husband, as well as earlier that day it's going to be the boys' Christmas performances. So I've kind of done that as a double pager to hopefully give a bit more real estate to the pictures that I want to display. Thankfully I have a selfie, so I'm going to be able to split some of these 6x4s kind of small and chop them up. Clearly I'm going to have to be quite careful about how I construct this with the pictures I use, because really I'm only representing one picture and one story of the day, unless I can get two on there. So I'm going to have to be quite selective as well about what exactly I'm going to show. So here we are, the 17th and the 18th, really small, see, and 19th has a double with a little pull-out tag. Gorgeous paper, that came in the November kit for LikeForEver, and I cut that into a tag on my Sizzix. And then this clear acetate piece sort of overlays this pocket, which was just some packaging actually. This paperclip will not remain, it's just to keep that in place to remind me to stick these stickers on top of the picture. Loved doing this. These are my Martha Stewart punches. So I just use this one. It's quite old, but and it does come, I think, with stamps, or at least it used to. I thought it did, but I'll probably put those somewhere safe. And then I'll just stack those up with a little bit of foam dimensional. So this one does not form. This isn't within one of these pockets, but I kind of like to intersperse it every now and again, just with something a little bit more papery, because I like the feel of paper. And then that's just going to be a photo with maybe some reflective journaling on top of it. So I'll pre-print it with the journaling. And then here we have a bit more of a cluttered page. It's definitely more me. And there we are. Stitching along the side there. We'll see what we do with the loose threads. And I've left this very loose. My son's birthday for the 23rd of December, and he's going to be 5. So we'll see what forms as a part of that, and I've left all the ephemera loose as well. The 24th, of course, Christmas Eve, and that's when my Swedish side of the family would celebrate Christmas, because that's a very, well, Northern European, I think very European thing to do, is to celebrate Christmas on the eve. And so we go round to my dad's and his wife and have a lovely Christmas time then. And so I wanted to have a couple of spaces. Really like these ephemera pieces. I've popped the mouse up onto foam dimensional on top of the squirrel, which is flat but laid on top of the plastic there. And then I've really gone to town decorating this. It's an old Amy Tan paper actually, and I've just snipped it, but kept, well, the edgings underneath it. It was a lovely doodled edge, but then I decided to kind of layer on some sequins and stars, and it looks really pretty. And then this is one of these Dear Lizzie acetates, I think. Love So Big. Of course, the reason for the whole of Christmas is the Love So Big, where Jesus came to earth, of course. And then we have a stuck-in tag with some overlaid ho ho ho. 26th, of course, is past Christmas, but we're going to be celebrating Christmas with Mum and my brother and have a lovely time there. And I just thought of my brother as I laid on ho ho ho. It's the kind of thing I imagine him to say. And then we have a clear sequins pocket there, which I've stitched across the top. And fairly plain pages there for some versatility. And then you can hardly see it, but this is on some wax paper at the moment, and I'm just going to be overlaying that onto a picture. The cup is left open, and that's just to kind of draw in from the front cover there. Little repetition of coffee. Now, I love my coffee like everyone else. Wouldn't say that I have it every day, but it is a treat to have it, and so I'm wondering whether this day, the 29th of December, will be a day that I will treat myself and indulge in some coffee, or if not, then I might just use that for a fun decoration anyway. 30th, 31st, of course, Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, and I've used some old, what were these from? Kaisercraft paper from last year, and I've reversed them to 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then some Celebrate and Good Times on wax paper to overlay onto the picture. Possibly an ironic statement there, party animal. And the phone's ringing, so I'll come back to you in a moment. So, as I was saying, party animal. I am not. But we will probably be celebrating with neighbours for New Year's Eve and go to the local cafe that's just recently opened. So that'll be really fun. And hopefully some Swedish friends to celebrate with as well. And there we are. And the final page isn't going to look like this at all, but it's a reminder that I do want to use my silhouette and probably copy Laura Rumble with her brilliant brainwave of an idea to silhouette cut maybe the shape of a tree, or might do something else, and she's underlaid, I should say, some sequins, and they look just delicious on a card that she made and shared with everybody on Facebook. And she's also the guest designer this month for November on the LikeForEver kit subscription, and she's given us so kindly and generously some silhouette or any kind of die cut machine blanks, what do you call them anyway, that we can use ourselves with some different Christmas designs as well. And so I may actually end up using one of those. I think that was a really nice gesture of her, and I would definitely recommend you go and check out her work. She's very inspirational. So anyway, back to this, I would just like to say thank you for looking through with me, and I will hopefully be able to show you the pages as I work them through the merry month of December. Okay, bye for now.